The Antioch Library is back open today after it was closed over the weekend for security concerns. Contra Costa County says it is now necessary to have full-time armed guards at a place where knowledge is offered for free. John Ramos has the story.
It feels like the world is changing rapidly these days. A lot of things have people scratching their heads, but needing an armed guard at a library still feels a bit hard to imagine.
Anything you want to know in this whole entire world right here.
William Simpson understands the value of a library, but as he waited for the doors to open at the Antioch branch, he had a hard time understanding the modern world.
I got bored staying at home, so I called them up. And my daughter said, "Oh, they're closed down." I said, "Why?" She says, "There's a lot of crime, the crime rate over there, people breaking into cars and things like that." And I said, "Oh, wow, I never heard anything about it." So I can't believe it. I mean, I'm 86 years old. And when I went to the library, it was nothing like this. I mean,
the library was abruptly closed on Friday because it was deemed to be unsafe for staff and visitors.
There were threats to staff and library property. There were damage to staff and library property multiple times, including incidents of things being set on fire. There have been multiple incidents of people having sexual intercourse inside and outside the library in full view of patrons and staff.
So after a weekend to arrange for more security, there was a show of force when it came time to reopen. Multiple armed guards stood outside with private patrol cars in the parking lot. It's the first time a branch has been closed for this reason, so there were questions from the city about why all the complaints hadn't been reported to police. Mayor Lamar Hernandez-Thorpe sent a letter to the county saying, quote, "According to our city administration, no one in the city of Antioch, including the police chief, were informed of any safety concerns by Contra Costa County regarding the library."
In some of the instances, the staff did call the police, and in some instances, the security calls the police. So yes, in some of the times they were aware of the situations.
Tashina Garrett, a community activist who frequents the library, said she could understand the staff's concerns about what was happening.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that comes with, you know, hey, call the police, but I'm finding out that there's no trace of any of that. So for them to be able to just shut it down overnight and not say anything just seemed really odd.
Garrett says the library is important to an underserved community and believes it shouldn't be so easily shut down. But over in the corner, as she worked on a word puzzle, Martha Cunningham was also puzzled about what the world is coming to.
Is the world, they just don't love each other like they used to. They just love themselves. Most people do now.
The library has employed a guard inside for years, but now there will also be someone full-time watching the parking lot, carrying a gun. Meanwhile, a place that contains anything you want to know about the entire world has no answers about why this should be necessary.
And today, the city of Antioch announced it has appointed a new interim police chief. Former Pittsburgh chief Brian Addington will lead the department. Stephen Ford left the role last August amid the ongoing FBI investigation that landed about half of the department on paid leave.